PTK scholarship and our programs and degrees. So we are the School of Professional Advancement at Tulane. We like to call it SoPA, and we are one of the 10 schools that make up Tulane University. Tulane University is a well-regarded private university in New Orleans, Louisiana. And as a private university, there's no in-state or out-of-state tuition. Students just pay the same tuition, and we'll get more into the details about tuition and the scholarship and savings you have as a PTK member. Here's some photos of our beautiful campus in New Orleans. This is our uptown campus. That brick building is the Richardson building where the SoPA offices are. There's the Mardi Gras bead tree and the streetcar on St. Charles Avenue. So we have a very beautiful campus, but we are a hybrid program. So you could do, if you're interested in an undergraduate degree, you could have the, on-campus experience. You could take all of your classes on campus if you'd like, but we have the option and a popular option to do your courses online. But we always welcome you to campus, and especially when you're getting that degree, we have a beautiful graduation ceremony, and you can experience the beautiful campus for yourself. So we're Tulane programs, Tulane faculty, and Tulane degrees. Even though we do offer that online option, we're not an online school. We're so we have that really quality intellectual community, and we have always prided ourselves at the School of Professional Advancement to be looking forward, and that's why we expanded our online programs greatly well before COVID. So we really focus on flexibility for students because we know you have busy lives and we want to help you achieve your academic goals. So this should be a pretty brief presentation, and also please feel free to put questions in the chat. So tonight I will go over a bit about our programs and faculty, the learning experience, student support and success, and then affordability and flexibility. Here's a quote we like to share from one of our professors of practice, Amanda Fennell. So she teaches in our information technology and cybersecurity program. And she says, as a cybersecurity leader, I feel it is vital to prepare our professionals through practical experience, which is why I incorporate my day job into my night classes. And Dr. Fennell is an excellent example of what sets our faculty apart. Our faculty, not only are they teaching you maybe in the evening or daytime, they are also doing the work that they teach. So in addition to being a professor, Amanda Fennell is also the CSO and CIO of at Relativity, a tech startup. So in addition to that academic knowledge you'll also be gaining career networking opportunities from your faculty members. All right, so here at Tulane School of Professional Advancement, we love PTK. Students are fantastic. I've had the pleasure of attending Phi Theta Kappa ceremonies and events, and we're always blown away by the passion and the potential of the students like you as a PTK scholar. So we do offer a PTK scholarship at the undergraduate and the graduate level. So whether you're looking for undergrad or grad, or maybe down the road, maybe 10 years from now, you want to do a graduate degree, if you maintain your PTK membership, we would honor that you're a PTK member for life, the fact you're on this call tonight. So with that is a 20% off tuition at undergraduate and graduate courses for your lifetime at Tulane SoPA. For the undergraduate level, we also offer the PTK Gap Scholarship, which amounts to $3,000. This can be utilized, you can use 1,500 for up to 2 semesters. So, and we'll go over more opportunities in a few slides about other scholarship and opportunities and savings to keep your eye on. All right, so this is a list of our bachelor's degrees, professional certificates, and post-baccalaureate certificates. So the bachelor's degrees are in the Black print, so human resources, organizational behavior and management studies. That program is really good if you're interested in business-oriented studies, homeland security studies, general legal studies, which equips you to be a paralegal. And many of our students in that program go on to law school. We also have bachelor's degrees in humanities, social sciences, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science, Health and Wellness. And then in our media and design program, we offer a Bachelor of Arts degree in digital design, digital media and marketing communications, and public relations. In blue, we have those professional certificates. So those are short-term certificates for specific skills like accounting, small business development, advertising. And we also offer post-baccalaureate certificates, which are available if you already have a bachelor's degree. In addition, keep in mind, all of these bachelor's degrees you see here, we also offer what we call an accelerated master's program. So if you're in one of these programs, you have the option to do an accelerated master's program and be able to complete a master's degree relatively, within a year or two time after you get your undergraduate degree. And I'll share a bit more about the master's degrees right here. We have a list of our master's degrees. I'll just quickly list them: cybersecurity management, emergency management, homeland security studies, information technology management, sports studies, Master of Liberal Arts, a Master of Public Administration, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education in Equity-Centered Education Leadership, Learning Experience Design, Special Education, and Teaching English Learners. In addition to those full master's degrees, we also have graduate certificates available. And again, all of these programs listed, you could use your PTK scholarship discount would apply to any of these. The graduate certificates, I won't list them all because there's quite a good number of them, but these are a few of note. We just recently introduced our media and design program, strategic communication, graduate certificate, economic development, open source intelligence, data science and cloud. So these are a great way to gain a skill in relatively quick time. Learning experience at SoPA. So as I mentioned earlier, we are proud that we're both we're online programs. Undergraduate, you could do the on-campus option, but we are completely, a lot of our curriculum is developed to be online, and we have a team of, curriculum designers, and they work closely with the faculty to make these online courses engaging, and it's not just flipping through a PowerPoint. And we find that this works for a lot of different learning styles. And here are just some examples of how we do that, how we make it a bit more engaging. For example, in our emergency management program, there's a class where the professor created this, each student has an avatar in the metaverse where there's a disaster that strikes, and in emergency management, you're learning all about how to mitigate a disaster situation. So it's engaging, and we also know that you have busy lives. So you may be working full-time, part-time, or you're taking care of family, or, so for example, a lot of our courses will have podcasts that they include in the curriculum. So you can listen to the podcast on your way to work or when you're making dinner. So really engaging curriculum that works for a lot of different learners. All right. Starting today, thank you for joining again. Starting today, you're part of the Tulane SoPA community. As the admissions team, we welcome you, and we want to work with you and help you navigate, the application process. We're here to help. But from day one with us, and when you become a student, you're assigned an academic advisor. You have a dedicated academic advisor who can map out, they'll take all your transfer credits, evaluate, and you'll create a plan and map out your degree. Also, that expert faculty with industry experience, they're a great networking opportunity for you as well. And many of our professors, they'll share job opportunities with their students. And you're also part of that Tulane community and that Tulane alumni community, which even leads to more opportunities. We also have an in-house career advisor. She hosts informational webinars, and she meets with students online or in person. Most of her meetings, I think, are on Zoom with students, and she does she can do mock interviews with you, help you with your resume, LinkedIn. So we're here for you, and we know we want to be a support system for you to reach your academic and career goals. All right. We also pride ourselves in being very transfer friendly. So we take up to 60 transfer credits. So if you're coming in with an associate's or 60 credits, you would just, like everyone, you do need to send in transcripts of college credit that you've earned for the application, but we take up to 60 transfer credits. So this just gives you an idea of that 38,740. That gives you an idea of what out-of-pocket cost it would to do 60 credits with us to complete your degree and get your bachelor's degree from Tulane University. We also have this great program called Credit for Prior Learning. So many people may have been full-time already and may have a skill that they could earn. Their work experience could give them academic credit. So, for example, if you've been grant writing, if you've been a grant writer, or there's like a cyber fundamentals course, and you can demonstrate, oh, I worked this office job and I had to do such and such, just like this course that you offer outlines. So you would just work with our assessment coordinator and create a little portfolio demonstrating that you already have this knowledge. And this would then get you 3 credit hours of a class, so you can earn up to 24 credit hours this way as an undergrad, or 6 credit hours for graduate students. Or if you have an examination like for language proficiency. So we want to help you, move forward in the process and save you time and money when you can. All right, and so tuition and affordability. So we always, of course, recommend that you fill out the FAFSA. Also, as a student at Tulane University, you are assigned a financial aid advisor. So you would work with them on financial aid. They're there to support you in that way. As I mentioned, the credit for prior learning is a savings. If you're transferring in, we also have a $1,500 transfer student scholarship. We have a $500, $200, $500 graduate, $200 undergraduate early enrollment scholarship. That I'll go over in a little bit. That is the early enrollment scholarship, just encourages you to apply early to us, register for classes, and then you get that $500 or $200 off your first semester. We also offer that $3,000 PTK gap scholarship. All right, so for undergraduate tuition, this is taking into account the 20% off tuition discount. So for one class with Tulane SoPA, so one class is 3 credit hours. One class is $1,618 for undergrad. For graduate tuition for PTK members, it's $3,139. All right, so apply now. Our application is pretty straightforward. As a thank you to you for joining us tonight, we typically have an application fee, but that will be automatically waived for you, so you will not have an application fee. You would just need to upload a government issued ID like a driver's license or passport, and then to just have your transcripts electronically sent from previous institutions or current. And like I said, that application, I'm taking attendance of who attended tonight, and I'll just on the back end, I'll do the fee waiver, so it won't ask you that. All right, I mentioned about that early enrollment scholarship. So let's look ahead to spring semester, for example. Spring 2026, the deadline to apply is January 1st. And the early enrollment deadline is December 1st. So what the early enrollment deadline means, that would get you $200 or $500 off if you do this. You would apply to us, and then if you would need to be admitted and registered for classes by December 1st to get that early enrollment scholarship. If you're looking ahead, and these deadlines stay the same every year, just so you know. So just for planning, let's say summer 2026, the deadline is May 1st. Early enrollment deadline, April 25th. For the fall semester, the deadline is August 1st, and the early enrollment deadline is July 15th. All right. So that was all I had today. Thank you so much for joining. On this screen is my my supervisor, the Assistant Dean, Dr. Sheila Gold, it has her contact details on here. She unfortunately is not feeling well, so she wasn't able to join tonight. But again, my name is Ann Conlin. I'll put my email in the chat. You're also welcome to email Sheila, as her email is sgold@tulane.edu. So thank you so much for joining tonight. And please reach out to either of us if you have questions. And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.